Very good morning from a very early morning here at the Nürburgring Nordschleife. Now, I have to admit, after 10 years of living and working here, it takes quite a big thing to get me out of bed early. It takes something exciting and interesting and something that's not normal. And by normal, I do mean like not even Nürburgring normal, which is a very strange kind of normal indeed. And that's why I'm here at 6 o'clock in the morning at the Nürburgring Nordschleife, eagerly awaiting Dan. Dan is a Club 1000 member who has a Yaris, and we've had some good epic battles together. Grand Prix track, Circuit Zolder, Nürburgring Nordschleife. We've had some really good driving together, so we kind of reached this mutual understanding that we're probably not going to crash into each other, and in fact we really enjoy driving with each other. So then Dan says one day, "Hey Dale, I've got a NASCAR. Should we bring it to the Nürburgring?" Why the hell not bring a NASCAR to the Nürburgring? Why has nobody done this before?
So this is it. Let me do a quick run round while the engine's warming up. A Howe Racing, H-O-W-E, late model car. And late model is like, that's the class that it is. It's a NASCAR style steel frame chassis, double wishbone front suspension, solid rear axle with a panhard rod, and the differential is what they call a Detroit locker, which is the kind of thing you can use on dirt, on tarmac oval, anything really, but it's simple as sin. Dan's already in. We're just warming up the engine. No windows, no doors, no ABS, no power steering to speak of. Definitely no braking vacuum, so no vacuum boosted brakes. You've got to brake it yourself with your own foot pressure. Massive air intake in the front here, which is feeding cold air to the 6-litre Corvette engine that's in there. It's actually a General Motors crate motor, and if you run it on high octane gas, when it's brand new, it's going to be making something like 525 to 550 horsepower. I guess today we're probably running about 500. That's the end of the first lap. 2 laps actually, back to back. Temperature's all good. I think we hit the exhaust on the exit of the mini carousel and the exit of the big carousel. So we're just going to check the exhaust now. My first impressions are that this thing is frightening. Like really, genuinely, I think the scariest race car I've ever been in. Even just from the passenger side. It's really simple. Quite basic, but ridiculously fast. Even with a 4-speed manual gearbox, the thing's got epic amounts of shove. Boom, in the back. Like a very big guy kicking you in the butt every time you hit the gas pedal. Really phenomenal amounts of traction off the tyres. Aeros that seem to work okay. Surprisingly, we're not having any issues with ground clearance except the carousels, which is pretty normal for a race car at the Nürburgring. So all in all, very good. Let's go back to it.
You have to push. You have to lift. Push, and then it's reverse.
That's reverse. That's first.
Okay.
That's reverse. Starting the engine. car from a different planet. It's got nothing to do with any other race car I've ever driven before, and it scared the living beat out of me. It's a very scary car to drive near the limit. The rest of it's just fantastic, like feel-good race car stuff. The steering could best be described as vague, and in the worst instance described as a suggestion as to which direction the car might go device, but only a suggestion, not even like a written warning, just a kind of gentle suggestion, maybe you turn left. You've got quite a lot of play if I show you. Will I find that? There we go. That is how much you have before you even move the wheels. So it's difficult. It's difficult, but awesome. Right, now you can laugh as I get out of this car.
Let's talk about the handling. It was specifically built for the DNRT V8 Racing Championship, and it was actually built to go around circuits such as Zolder, Spa-Francorchamps, where else did it go? Zandvoort, lots of interesting places. Spa-Francorchamps, I think I said that. Yeah. Anyway, you get the idea. It turns left, it turns right. It does so with a verve and vigour that you might be surprised by. It's quite difficult. It has a lot of steering play. When you compare it to something like a late model Porsche, this has no steering feel, quote unquote. I mean, this has no steering feel compared to a Porsche. However, as you load it up and you start to work those massive 1.5 foot wide tyres, that's when you start to get a feeling, and the old popo meter, the butt dyno, begins to work. It does require a lot of getting used to. It's without a doubt the hardest car that I've ever tried to drive, but it's also ridiculously rewarding. So difficult and rewarding. And on that front, it means that I'm actually intrigued. I want to drive more laps. Don't get me wrong, I love driving, but I drive a lot. Thousands of laps. Over 1,000 laps a year, no problem at all. All kinds of racing cars, road cars, street cars, test cars, stuff that's out yet, stuff that's not out yet, all kinds of stuff. But this is a unique and terrifying challenge which makes your adrenaline glands tingle, and as such I require more, much more.